I'm going to be exchanging the fuel tank on my Hiace. I had 3 bolts along here that were rusted. I had to use an easy out to get them out. I've put stainless steel ones in temporary for now. As you can see, it's in a bit of a state. It's leaking like mad. I've got to get to the back bolts yet. Loosen them off. Then I'll be dropping it out. Got to remove all this. I've sprayed all the bolts ready, hoping they're going to be loose. I've got one bolt on the corner that won't come undone. I've done the other 3 at the rear. That one there. So got the easy out. Got the easy out. Number 12mm one on the end. Super long extension bar I'm using. Hammer to hammer it onto it. And this is the easy out set I'm using. I've used it on the front bolts, the ones that wouldn't come undone, and it works fine. That was off Amazon. So I'm going to try it now. It's banged on there, nice and tight. Get the ratchet on the end and see if it moves. It came out. Long extension. And the 12mm easy out. So I'm going to take all 4 bolts out and put 4 stainless ones in there, temporary, for when I'm ready to drop it. The bolts and washers I'm using are M8, 25mm thread on the bolts, stainless steel, with a small stainless steel washer and a larger stainless steel washer. The tank, got to disconnect these hoses here. That one's for the air breather on top. Those 2 are fuel out and return. Undo the 4 bolts at the back of the tank. Undo the 4 bolts at the front of the tank. I have a jack underneath it just to take the weight. This pipe here, I could not get it off. It would not come off while the tank was in place, so as I dropped the tank, I slid that off the tank end. And the air one up there, that goes through a hole in the chassis here and out the other side and onto the tank. You disconnect it at that end and slide it through the hole as you drop the tank, leave it attached to the tank. And the electrics, once it's dropped down, it's just a plug. You can drop it enough. The tank doesn't weigh nothing when you drop it empty. It's just a plug that you disconnect from the fuel level sensor. And I've noticed there's a plate there which sits directly above the fuel level sensor. So you must be able to change that from inside the van if it ever plays up. But obviously if you've got a camper conversion, you have to find where that is inside the van. The body don't look bad though. Underneath it, I've just got to sort all the rest of this rust and clean it out, clean it up now. Give it a good clean and sort the rust out. These are the clips that come off, all rusted and broke. This one actually snapped. Fuel return, where it attached to the pipe on the tank, it just fell off when I went to twist it. So it was all definitely no good. This is my tank that I've just taken off. As I said, I left this pipe on. I'll put that on the new tank. That there will have to come off and go on the new tank. As for the rest of this, got a new fuel sender unit and new breather pipe, goes all the way around. I'm glad I bought it because this is the condition of the one that's on here now. So that's the rubbish rusted tank that came off. We're about to put the tank back in. Underneath here I've coated it all with Metamorphosis Rust Eater. And then I've painted it all with black rust resistant paint. And then I've brushed on Lanagard grease in the whole area where the tank will go. And everything's ready to go back together now. So I'm going to get the tank and we'll do it. Put Lanagard grease all over the top of the tank. And I've fitted pipes that are going to be going on. Everything's new. Tank's all in. With two of you, you can lift it up. I recommend you get this hose new because the old one is so stiff you can't pull it off and put it on. So get that hose new, and don't forget to thread all this one through the chassis when you lift the tank up. Didn't need a jack or nothing, we just lifted it up and done it. All these bolts, I'll be using stainless steel. They're 19 Newton meters. I will tell you one problem I had. This bolt on this corner, this bolt here on the corner didn't line up properly, so you need to drill it over on this edge a bit more. Take the hole towards this way. It's just out of line, so do that before you put it in. I've done it when I'd already put it in, but other than that, all I've got to do now is connect up these, the fuel flow and return. I've got new pipes for that. This was working fine, so I left it with a valve on the end. Lets air in, doesn't let air out unless it's under pressure. So I've got new hoses to go on here to the fuel lines and tighten up the two hoses at the side. That's done. The products I use is Lanagard grease, Metamorphosis rust converter and Furtan rust converter, in case you're interested.